with the great Prashant TriVedi PT. An honor once again. I'm very grateful for your presence, full presence and power as usual.
Nice
you
to
seem
be here.
to be doing fine.
Yes, all fine. Everything's fine.
I won't ask you because when I rewatch all our videos, sometimes I always ask you, so PT, how are you?
Yes.
I'm fine. So you seem to be doing fine.
Yes.
PT, we're together today to maybe not explore, because it's a topic that's been around for a long time. Higher realm, lower realm, but we have been programmed a lot onto this earth with movies and Hollywood and all that nonsense conceptual stuff around heaven and hell.
Yes.
Now, from my perspective, what I see, and I'm sure a lot of people will relate, I'm not a different kind of human. I'm human like everybody. So I have perspective on life, definitely. And to me, higher realm, lower realm is a concept that's not, they make it a concept because they don't want it to be too appealing to the masses. When in reality, that's why I put realities, higher realm, lower realm realities, because in reality, it is appealing to be in the higher realm. And that's what the higher realm for me is the higher self, is the, you can call it heaven, but it's right here, right now. It's on earth. It's not like, okay, we can go with also Vedic cosmology and like 7 realms above, 7 realms below. But if we go with what we observe, it's possible to be in the higher realm. But PT, what's your opinion on this? The lower realm, higher
first
realm.
thing, we would start with the 20th century has been the century of advertisement, marketing, right? Marketing. And so we have to just look at where did the marketing go, which direction, what was it advertising? Let's just say so the cinema basically was used as a tool for marketing
propaganda.
And advertising. And which finally is the propaganda, marketing, advertising, propaganda. Now, but then Hollywood was the biggest tool because that is for the whole world, right? The whole world watches Hollywood. So what was happening in Hollywood, if you notice, like all the movies was like, whenever they showed heaven, and they said it's heaven, they didn't use that. They used the word heaven. It'll be some white room with white light, infinite white space, totally boring, with some boring person sitting there, and they were just like, everything is very boring. They'll show it like that. Or they'll show it like some diner is happening, same as Earth, American diner or something, which is nothing special, So if the depictions of heaven always have been very negative, very boring, nobody would want to go there, like as if white is the only color there. I mean, out there, you can have any amount of colors. And whenever they show something is there, they show everything is like an American suburb, just like one building, next building, like that. And people are, when heaven is totally opposite of that. In heaven, each being can create their own subdomain and make it look like as how they want. Do you know what I'm saying? So it'll have the most amount of individuality and differentiation rather than this continuous suburbia kind of,
monotone
things which they try to show. So they're always depicting heaven in a very, very, let's say, negative light. Okay, right? And you'll just get bored out there. It's nothing there, no need to even pay attention there. Nothing to do with no disease, no aging, none of that. Long lifespan, no, nothing. None. That will only lead to boredom because it's also boring. But when they show lower realms, like in Star Wars and stuff, they have these big buildings and the flying cars, excitement. This is happening, that is happening. They want to make it seem like a big saga tale is happening out there. You will not be bored. Do you understand? You'll be forever entertained. Do you know what I'm saying? By strange things, like all of that. Like so, but the whole picturization and the way that is shown is like definitely, this is the place to be. If you ask any person, would we choose that or this? Majority will say like this seems more appealing. But that's the marketing and advertising, which has happened for 50 plus years, 60, 70 now. I mean, and it never is changing. It's not actually changing anytime, when the reality of heaven is that it has so many more advantages and to the lower plane, and actually they never highlight those. They never highlight that beings can get whatever they want out there, or it is as per their creation. They can have their own sort of creation,
Yeah.
like for example, like having on earth like a place which you like, and what the flowers you like, the foods you like, and everything organic, nice, nice weather, everything, like which people want on earth even, that kind of space, everyone. But they don't say like heaven is the place for that space. They would, and they would even sometimes show that space in the lower realm, but
Yeah.
never in the higher realm, never, so it's a very clear message. The higher realm is not worth going to. This is even the first ones, that they're not worth going to at all, so.
But the higher realms is also positivity, truth, facts, all that stuff. So for sure, truth can be
a higher
bit
standard of
talking
existence,
sometimes.
even a higher standard of existence. Like if the pain is not there, then there's a higher standard of existence. It's not like,
Yeah.
you get diseased and then you go into some machine and then get better again, which they show in the lower realms. Oh, doesn't matter if you get diseased. You'll get diseased, but you'll go into this machine and you'll come out fine. Like, so that's also advertising, right? Like it's like our technology is so great out there. Like technology is so, but in heaven you don't even need that technology because you're not getting sick in the first place. So that's that's the whole like direction. Like humans are here on earth to make a choice, like this way or that way. That's the choice human beings have, being in the center. So that choice they're affecting by their propaganda towards one direction only. Everything is towards that direction. So I think we need more things like creation now through media. Everybody can make a movie right now through the AI tools, and things like that. We need more sort of things which show heaven in the right way, in the right light, as it is. So there is some awareness about the higher planes, and heaven is the first level higher plane, just after the Elven realm. When it comes to Elven realm, thankfully in Lord of the Rings and some things, Elven realm is shown as better, but those are not Hollywood productions in a way, but they are shown to be better. But heaven is even higher than the Elven realm, actually. So yeah, so
And
that's
heaven is magical. That's where all the magic happen. Like you can make magic with your life, and also in heavenly state of mind, if you want to say it, it's very important to self-preserve your magnetic field.
Yeah,
right?
No psychological issues. No psychological issues.
Yeah.
No problems, no confusions, no nonsense, no unnecessary depression. All of those things, which are taken for granted, they will never delve into it, these states of being, because in the lower realms, when they show them, they can still not show them like that. They know that there is problems there and people are having problems. They have to show that. But they somehow try to make it more dramatic and entertaining.
Yeah.
Drama and entertainment, so that people still think that, yeah, it is like that, but it's okay, because it'll be fun, in that kind of way. But that is never fun on earth or nowhere. Like, it's not a fun thing to, like, so they're basically pushing people in that direction always, about strife.
I think people are easily attainable also. Like they let those vibrations get to them. So that's why I was telling you that magnetic field or aura, or whatever you call it, around you has to be so in tune with nature and elements and all the higher realm, so that the lower realm stuff can get to you.
Yeah, because the thing is, again, like when people see a very good sunset on earth, right? Everybody enjoys it. Like everybody.
Yeah, I was there yesterday for the sunset.
Yeah, okay.
Any sunset.
So everybody enjoys it, but they don't show that whatever sunset you can see on earth, the best one. Okay, the best sunsets which you see on earth, the best ones, like the highest quality ones, the best ones.
Yeah.
Heaven has more than that of that same kind of thing. So that is a selling point, like, like of our realms, but they would never show that. Just a white, plain white. You've seen those, like there's a plain white, and where God sits also is like that. Like when they show God just sitting in a white,
on top of a cloud, or
in a white, white room, which is like tube light sort of. I think they make it in studio with the tube lights, and it's white. Everything is white, and there's nothing else. It's so it's not interesting, basically, to anybody. Basically, it's like person would be like, oh, what am I going to do there? Like, this is no fun. Like, basically, that's the image they want to portray of our realms, basically, so that humans are dissuaded from ever even going in that direction. Like even before you start, like this way or that way, because both sides should be clear. Like there should be information and knowledge and depictions of both sides, not just one side, So there's a whole skew here. Like, there is no balance in the education again about these things. And most of the education happens through media and Hollywood and all of these things in these ways.
Also, all that nonsense programming, propaganda passed on to us through our genes, through the mother, because sometimes I have issues with the fact that we're so much in darkness for so long on this earth. But how does it sustain itself, this darkness? There's so much light and love and stuff. And we come into this world and we're like in lower realm at start from birth almost. Like
I think that a lot of the like texts even of depictions of higher realms or understandings of higher realms, like the Vedic texts are there, okay, or the Nordic texts are there, or whatever, have been not made, let's just say, like part of education at all. That's deliberate. Okay, so knowledge is only existing about these things in a very, very specific little spots. It's not very widespread. So something which is not that widespread, you can put a plug on it, right? And then choose to, and since you have all the resources, what is the money or whatever right now, you can promote what you want to promote, because Hollywood and stuff is all about like having big budgets and you have all the sets and you have all the equipment and to show what you want to show, not all what is, so it is like all the resources also are going in that direction, because that's why I was saying this AI and stuff will be better for people, because even a person who doesn't have those resources now, if they have an idea, can put those into that thing for it to generate those images and things to depict those higher realms better to people, which is another way this tool should be used. The AI tool should be used in the coming times, because it's more accessible. Movie making become more accessible to everybody. For example, when YouTube came, then even I had a channel just with one camera, right? Like, and it showed like all this more heavenly music and more heavenly things, Lotus Ocean. We tried to do that, right? Just one camera, right? So then we could do something, right? There was an opportunity for the first time that you can. Earlier, like if you wanted to have a channel, right? In 80s or 90s, you needed, how much money did you need for having a channel? Like it's, you can't really have it, like, so all those things were totally like shut up. Like it was depending on the people who have those resources, what they want, what is their agenda, what do they want the fellow humans on earth to think, what direction they want their mind and their intelligence and their attention to be going into, so like we have had this chance only the last 15 years now, to even do these things and put our side of the things into public, and like right now this talk also, your channel, like right now, like all of that is possible only like So I think like when AI comes and people have more chances to, because animation and stuff is expensive still, to get some work done in that way, to show something which is not on Earth, to depict something else requires, some effort. And I think that'll be good. And I think we need a counter movement in this direction, basically. So,
okay, so the counter movement is collective awareness. Now,
yes.
how do we go about growing that stuff? Because people are not even aware of higher realms, PT. There's no even lower realms or higher realms or anything of that.
I think
It's
people
just
are
freaking down.
people are getting more aware of actual earthly things, like what is better on Earth. That organic food is better, right? It tastes better. Okay, it tastes
no
better.
poison.
Yeah, okay. So that means that is more towards heavenly side, than the lower side. So other food like the GMO food, right?
Frankenstein food.
Yeah, that is towards the lower side. Okay, now that is towards the higher side. So that much understanding has happened, right? It tastes better, right? Taste, feeling after eating it, all of that, that sort of things people can understand. And people are realizing that. People are realizing nature, people are realizing the beauty in nature and the higher heavenly aspects of Earth nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's a question of like whether they put attention on those things more. And I think the attention has increased on those things.
Yeah, definitely.
As a whole. So then people are in the right place now. Those people who have done that to go in that direction and make that I want that. This is the direction I want to move in. It's the direction finally, right? Like you don't have to go immediately to the destination, but you still have to be in that direction, moving towards that, going in that direction. Okay, so that's what I think is happening, and this whole brainwashing of that higher plane, they'll have to connect to the higher experience on Earth, and people are going to move towards and reject the nonsensical things, more and more. The divide will become more stronger, like, that this sucks and this is better, like, so like that basically is the step.
But when you see a possibility of a higher realm within yourself, now it's work. It's major work you're gonna have to do because you've been programmed into nothing of that. None of this exists even before you change your perspective. We can use the word awakening. I use the word change your perspective
because a lot of people are sick and tired of the nonsense. Okay, if psychological problems and psychological, so then if you're like sick of psychological problems, then you will say like, I want more psychological sorting, I want this more sorted, then only you'll move towards that, so I think that things have gotten to that bad a level that people automatically want something better, at least something moving in a right direction upwards, so whereas you said like an individual level, if you're more psychological sorting, then you're going towards the higher realm anyways. Your perception will be in that direction anyways, so which is on Earth also. You can feel that, Earth gives glimpses of both. Earth is in the middle, so Earth is neutral in that way, so, and it gives both sort of opportunities. So then
Earth being the plane of inertia, like you said, now there is higher realm and lower realm on Earth. Also, there's the sea and the ocean that goes super deep, and there's the sky with the stars and the sun and the moon and all the celestial bodies. So we can observe a higher realm up there. So now, if we go into the physical part, not us, not inside us, but outside of us,
outside also,
there can clear everyone on Earth can clearly see there's something above.
It's upwards, up. Upwards. Because those stars and stuff are representing those realms. They're representing the higher realms. That's what the stars are showing. That's why they say this star cluster is where this realm is there. Then this star cluster, this realm is there. These are realms of existence. Okay. So obviously that pointing is there, but obviously people are not taught that. People are taught that these are just planets and they might have life, might not have life. These are stars, suns, all this fake science.
Yeah.
The thing which they have put so that even that which people see above doesn't look like higher to them.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They think it might be worse than Earth because they had made so many of these series, like when they made a Star Trek, they showed like they went on those planets and the planet was worse off than Earth, a lot of them. So what's the point? Earth was better than those planets, like that's what they showed. So again, that is again propaganda tool, right? So what you are actually looking at, and there's something which the ancients knew, all the ancients knew that this is the case, but they have changed the story. They just changed the storyline completely. They make it seem like these are just balls of gases and some planets where there no life is possible, just burning and sulfuric, something like that, and nothing really going on out there.
And millions of miles away from you, which is probably not. So
obviously, because the higher realms is not a matter of distance like that. It's a matter of like frequency and vibration. It's not a matter of distance.
That's my next point. Is those stars in that upper realm have frequency and vibration, and it has impact on Earth.
Yes.
Everything also, that exists carry a frequency.
Yes. So, but
not everything that lives, everything that exists.
Yes. So, but they are not teaching this, right? That's not the education of Earth right now at all. It's not the education. So like what even human eyes are seeing, which gives the people a curiosity, a sense of like, oh, this is something above for me to strive for. Okay, is also taken out. They say there's nothing to. We have taken our Star Trek Voyager through there. And we have found
they're gonna take you for a trip in the stars.
Nothing is there. Only Earth is there, and this vision we show of these, tall buildings. There's no trees and stuff. If you notice in Star Trek, where they have the main city, they don't have many trees or anything. They just have these buildings, and they have these flying machines in between, And if you remember all that things of
I've seen it all like
Star Trek, Star Wars, all of these things, which are the biggest things which mass consciousness understood about our universe. Their theory of this universe, which they have given to the people, is very, one-sided, and it's meant to either keep them on Earth, basically stay stuck here, or go lower. Like 2 options. There's no third option.
And would you agree also that to feel that stuff, to sense that stuff, that there is something higher, you also need to align yourself with nature, divine principles, which are all embedded within you. I don't need to give you a book to know about it. You have it within. The truth is within. Everything is within. You just need to question.
That's why the 12 years of schooling never goes into nature or divine. These words are not
even mentioned.
In the books which people are looking at, or now the courses, now they might just look at the mobile or the iPad or whatever, the laptop. But what I'm saying is the system remains the same. Like what you are actually learning is like that these things are not important. Anyways.
No value to you.
No value. And there's much more value to like knowing which new drink is there in the market, for giving you instant energy, like Lucozade or whatever. They have the names and stuff like strange. So people need to know those names, and that's much more important.
The names are important.
Yeah, like and all of that. Like so, the whole skewing again. That's marketing. There's a advertising, everything. There's a whole, that thing. So, like if heaven was actually marketed and advertised, most people would want to go to heaven.
But
because
that's the good stuff. Like why people avoid it, I don't know. But you can also bring anything to your life and make that magic that you always desired to do. And
but the thing is, heavenly realms never want to advertise. They don't want to play this game. They don't want to play the game of marketing, advertising, propaganda. They want beings to themselves strive for it, want to go towards it through experience, through their own putting the head against the wall, that, okay, this is not what I want. Like, this is not, I want something more, like, that, like, internal spark, which is there within your being itself, which propels you in that direction. They want that to be the case, but I'm of the view that is fine, but there should be some, at least, acknowledgement or some education that these things exist, at least for some kids or younger, that things that there is this option or this kind of thing, like this, that has to be there. Like,
put it into their heads, at least. Put it in their heads, something valuable that they can extrapolate in their own mind.
Or research or put attention on, okay, the option, which I've always been saying, I think in your talks, in talks with you, like I've said it over and over, the option has to be there. That's the second, the other option, like, which is always being attacked and taken out, like that this option doesn't exist, this option is not there, it's not commonplace. It never gets viral, this option. Even right now, after 30 years of internet, this option has never gone viral. It's, like, it's surprising, it's because that's how much whether it's shadow banning or 100 other things what are happening, to that thing. So it is a thing which does need to, like, what are heavenly things, what is the heaven realm like, they are not big discussions or anything on this at all, like, even after 30 years of internet. So I think that it has to be the next something for the next year, next 2 years. This has to be like a movement. There's so many movements online.
But the higher vibration movement.
Heaven, what is heaven? Okay, like, let's understand heaven. Or what is it? Like, what kind of lifestyle does it give? People want to know, okay, what is the lifestyle in a city? What is the lifestyle in a farm? People want to know what is the lifestyle in a, like, there's a whole, there's used to be hundreds of lifestyle magazines on earth in 80s and 90s and stuff, but what I'm saying is, like as a being, you're existing in the universe, and what is the lifestyle in different planes of existence? So it should be of a topic which people should want to know about. It's not.
Look at us talking about it today. Don't we look both on a freaking high talking about it? Like, come on. There's no higher high than this.
It's a practical sort of subject. It's actually a very practical thing. That it should be
very practical.
It's on an earthly level also, it's a practical thing, and it's a practical thing in your direction after you leave this bodysuit also. So it is a practical thing in both respects, actually. And you have to be very grounded, actually, to be discussing this, and to, like, that why is, and that's also grounded question, why only this kind of marketing, not why no marketing for this. It raises very simple questions, which.
But the grounding is absolutely necessary. I agree with you, because if not, you gotta have a balance. The grounding, I think, is a lot the balance in.
To get sense, because this is commonsensical stuff, and obviously the stuff which they're showing, the marketing, the advertising, is not have sense, does not have the common sense, and people who don't have the common sense only fall for it. Because if you apply common sense to it, then you will have questions. You will have, these things, and that was my whole point of this, that people should go in that direction, and just let's, for once, like, ask these questions and get to commonsensical answers of this.
At least let's start somewhere. Just start upping your vibe, like, bring your vibes higher also by being more linked with nature, the elements and stuff, and that will come back to you also. Like, people have no really
starting
clue.
Point.
Have no clue that when you get in touch with that higher stuff, it will get in touch with you also.
Yes, it will.
Look at you.
Yeah,
You
it
go
will
in
help.
crop circles
Yeah.
and you play music and stuff, and the next day there's a big pattern that appear. Like you make rainbows and stuff, and I see
Yes.
you all over the place
Yeah.
doing all kinds of stuff, but it's because you're in tune with nature, and nature's in tune with you.
And I'm working with high energies, and that's my focus. It's my focus, but like for focus to turn towards that, like there are starting points, like connecting to nature, like grounding, meditation, all of that you have to do, all of those things anyways. But I'm just saying, like, this, after that, people who have started doing that, this is another thing, another step people can take, understanding the higher realm, like, and trying to spread more content about it, basically.
So what you're saying is talk to the divine. Talk to the
divine. And just get the actual, like, just what is the lifestyle? Okay, we know what Earth,
I'm talking to the divine today. I'm talking to you.
Yeah. So, like, it's like we know what our lifestyle right now on Earth is. What are the options on Earth? People know, like, okay, this is the option, this is the option. Like, so that can be for whole existence, not just earthly existence. What are the options, and which one would I like to choose? That decision, basically.
So like I said, that is an opportunity also to choose, like your direction, just like on Earth, probably.
Yeah, but when you have gone in a direction all the way on Earth time, you can't just suddenly change at that time. It creates a momentum.
Yeah, you have to create a momentum here on Earth.
Yeah, you have to create a momentum here before that thing.
Very,
passing
very,
over. Yes, so
very interesting topic. Definitely. Yes. I don't know if you want to add anything else on the.
No, this is enough for now. I just wanted the spark to be out. Exactly.
Yeah, because there is something higher, definitely, to get in touch with. I just want to say that for my own perspective, I've never, like, and also once you get in touch with the higher stuff, your dreams will sound like a cartoon. Okay, yes. Your wildest dream will sound like a cartoon.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll just leave it like that, because it's so crazy, the blessing and the overwhelming feeling that you get once you're more grounded. And to me, grounded is also being connected with others like you and myself and my inside self. And like, come on, this is the best earthly experience. It's not having a drink or a margarita on the side of the beach or whatever the heck. No, it's that feeling within. Like, you can have 10 margaritas on the side of the beach. After, you're gonna feel like shit after anyway.
Yes.
What's the point? So you want to feel good. You want to have good. So go on the higher side of realities of realm and all the good stuff that this earth has to offer. And also make sure you're in tune with nature, so nature can be in tune with you. And nature takes care of nature, right?
Yes.
So just take care of nature, she'll take care of you.
Yes.
Like we say, mama hurt, so she must nurture us in some way.
Yes.
If she doesn't, maybe because you're hurting her too much by hurting yourself, because you come from the earth. So stop hurting yourself. That's also in the lower realm.
Yes.
As long as you hurt yourself, they will love you. So stop hurting yourself.
Yes.
And maybe the whole
so
thing
the spark is out like this and until next time, whenever another spark is required, and we'll get together whenever another spark is required. So
exactly.
Yes.
So much love, everyone. It was a great experience again. Like I call that the PT experience. Because it's really an experience to be with you and to talk because you're so in tune. So no, I give thanks every time. And anytime, PT, you have something else, I'm here.
Yes.
Boom, ready to dance anytime.
Yes.
We're out. See ya.